In one of my recent videos, we checked out all that sweet new Phantom green gear from Razer. Oh my gosh, that stuff was gorgeous. Which I think is really cool in the peripheral space. It gives you that personal touch to your gear. And today we're gonna take a look at some more really cool gear, but this time it's from CORSAIR and all of their gear from Doom. Now this is not from CORSAIR, but since we're on the subject of Doom, I gotta show you the Xbox controller. Like, oh my gosh, this thing is gorgeous. You all know I collect Xbox controllers, and this one might be the cream of the crop here. Look, you got the little Easter egg inside right there, but these grips are like rubber, kind of like that leather type texture. And take a look at all the textures in the controller. Oh my goodness, this controller is absolutely beautiful. But anyways, I just had to show you this since we were on the topic of Doom, but let's dive into the CORSAIR gear. So we're gonna be taking a look at the CORSAIR M75 wireless. We're also taking a look at the Steam Deck, which is Doom themed. Oh man, this is gonna be real cool. And then the HS85 wireless in the Doom theme as well. And then we'll also be taking a look at the CST M80. This is the drop custom board. No Doom theming on the board or the box, but the board should be. Again, I haven't opened any of this stuff, so I'm popping this open with y'all here. So let's go and start with the CORSAIR M75 wireless. And by the way, if you want dedicated reviews on any of this gear that we're going to be talking about here, I did do standalone videos. It's just the core colorway, black or white or whatever, but I did do standalone videos on all of them. But anyways, take a look at the box. You see you got more Doom theming right on the back right here as well. Now, I don't think this is actually sealed. So, okay, so you just got the Doom sleeve over, and then down here, you got like their custom lab type deal. Now, I didn't design these. These are actually for sale by CORSAIR in their design lab. So these are actually themed ones from them. Okay, cool, look at that. So our buttons are actually red because you can interchange the buttons on each side. This is going to be our mouse. Now you can see our dongle is actually black, and then the cable, if you can see it in there, the cable's black. So that stuff's not themed. It's just the buttons are going to be. So let's get to the meat and potatoes here. Let's go and pop this open. So underneath, well, we got a little plastic cover on it, but on the side, there are our red buttons. And then getting to the top, oh my goodness. Yo, that is gorgeous right there. Now, it's not textured like we saw in the controller, so you kind of see the gashes and kind of the theming on it. It's actually like a painted theme going over it. It's not textured like we saw on that Xbox controller, which I don't know. Some people could say a pro or a con. Again, you don't want those textures on your gaming mouse, right? Kind of digging into your fingers. So I can see why they went with the theming there. Now, this is kind of neat. I don't know if you guys can see that in the camera. Do you see this little like indentation, like if someone was using it excessively right there where you'd be pressing? That's kind of cool. I don't know what theme that's supposed to be, like maybe a bullet shot or something. But again, it looks like, you know, someone was using it quite extensively right there. But anyways, this is the M75 wireless. Super, super cool. And now let's go and take a look at the Steam Deck here. As you see, it's going to be Doom themed. This is also the same as the other one. Again, you kind of got that packaging art, but it's not sealed. When you actually slide it open, you kind of have that traditional Steam Deck box, but it is sealed down here. So again, the packaging is kind of just an overlay on each of these, but let's go on and pop it open and see what this device actually looks like. Oh, wow, just right into the meat and potatoes there. Like, whew. Okay, so it is the newer one actually, where you got the port and the stand on the back there. Really cool. But taking a look at that, oh, wow. So this is actually textured. Like right down here, like this is popping out. Right up top here, you kind of got that logo denting in right there, and these kind of bulging out a little bit, kind of with the paint where you got the glossy and the matte. So that's really cool. Again, I would kind of like to see that on the mouse, but then again, if I'm gaming with the mouse constantly feeling that, I would get annoyed. So, you know, it's kind of give or take here and there, you know what I mean? But man, that is absolutely gorgeous. Like if that was just sitting on your desk right there. Now, another really cool thing about the newer Steam Decks here with the revision, you remember the old ones, they kind of popped out with the stand. Me personally, I didn't like that pop-out stand. Every time you press it, it kind of budge, you know? So anyways, the revised stand is super nice, which it does pop right out. And this is pretty heavy duty. You got this nice grip on the bottom, and as you see, it just kind of sits in there. And this is a really nice heavy duty stand actually. But anyway, it's coming to the Steam Deck itself, so you got grip right here as well. So if you want to just sit and flat, you can do that. But again, I think the stand is much better. But the cool thing is, say if you decide later on down the road, you really don't want the Doom theme, you want to change it out, the cool thing is that whole shell pops off right there, and you can interchange it out to a different one if you want to change your setup down the road or whatever. So the customization of the new Steam Decks is super cool. I mean, I know our goal right here is for the Doom themed stuff, you know, but again, later on down the road, maybe they come out with something different. You want to give it a little fresh look, you can do that. I just love the customization of the new Steam Deck platform. And now for one of the ones I'm most excited about is the HS80 wireless. This headset is absolutely amazing. I've covered it multiple times. And take a look at this one. This is actually sealed from that sleeve on the outside to the top. You go on the back side, you still got that Doom, the Dark Ages back there, but this is actually sealed from the top, unlike the other ones where they were sealed on the inside. So anyways, let's go on a slice this open here and get to this headset. Oh man, I'm super excited for this one. We got that sliced open already. Here we go. Look, it's gonna throw us right into it. So I'm not even gonna waste any time. Let's just get straight to the headset here. So you got that full swivel. And as you can see, what they did is the cups changed out here, which these are interchangeable if I remember correctly. Well, no, maybe not. I thought the cups, you could swap those out. Maybe I'm mistaken. Okay, so cancel that. Never mind. These cups, these little plates on the outside are actually on there permanently. And that is what they changed. I do wish they went a little bit deeper on this, like something with the headband would have been really cool, or I don't know, maybe green ear pads? Something like that I think would have been really cool to kind of go a little bit further with this. And this is also just painted, as you can see right there. Now there is one cool little hidden feature packed into this Doom theme here, and that is with the LED. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire on the headset and you'll see it here. Let's power it up here. Bam, and you can see you got the Corsair over there, and then the little Doom logo over there, which I think is really cool. Again, kind of a little accent piece, and that's the stuff I like, right? Like, yeah, sure, I love the, you know, the paint and the theme type stuff, but when you add that extra touch where it's completely different than, say, the stock version, I think is super cool. Then when we power it down, you'll see it in red over here. So bam, let's hit that, and you can see that Doom logo and Corsair logo. So that is a pretty nice little touch. And lastly is going to be the CST M80, the custom keyboard from Drop. And if y'all watch my standalone review, I did a whole dedicated review on this out of my build, which is really cool because again, you can interchange the top plates on these, but how I did on my board is I actually went with like a carbon fiber plate, that little carbon fiber weight, if we want to call it that, because it barely weighs anything. But again, just really cool because the customization of these boards are awesome. You can get like metal top plates or plastic, you know. Drop did a really good job on this board compared to, you know, upgrading from their previous boards. This is really awesome. So I'm really excited to see what this Doom theme one's going to be like. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a custom top plate. Again, we're opening this together, so we're seeing all this live together right here. So anyways, there's our manual, our cable, our keycap puller, switch puller, and none of this is themed. That's all just regular, so it's really just going to be the board here. So let's get this out. What I'm curious is like what other parts did they use? So let's go on a slide. Oh my goodness. Okay, this takes the cake, guys. This definitely takes the cake. Let's just take a moment and look over this. Yeah, that's kind of raised up right there a little bit. Oh my gosh, it's like all the way around it here. Yeah, they went all out on the keyboard. That's super cool, right? Oh man, take a look at this. How about the bottom? Okay, so they got the metal plate on the bottom as far as the weight, as it does have some loft on it. But coming up to the top plate here is plastic. As I showed you on mine over there, it was that aluminum, the metal one right there. But I love how they did all the theming up around the keycaps and right here in the middle and everything. And right up here on the top of your F-row. And then every single font on the keycap, like, oh my goodness, this is awesome. Now let's see here. So again, you pop off the plate, it just magnetizes right on there. I'm not sure if they're selling the Doom plate separately, as they do sell some other ones separately. So I'm kind of curious what they're doing with that, or even again, the keycaps. I'm not even sure what switches are on here. So these are yellow, the Drop, right? Or are those Gateron? No, those are Gateron yellow. Oh, you guys can't even see. I'm over here looking myself. So I got Gateron yellow switches in there, and then the basic, yeah, so they got the basic plastic or polycarb, whatever it is, plate right down there. But anyways, this keyboard, I think this takes the cake out of everything. Like, oh my gosh, this is Totally jaw-dropping. So here is a look at all of the gear. We got the mouse, the Steam Deck, the headset, and the keyboard. Now there is some other accessories I believe as well. I believe they did the ELGATO microphone and then the desk mat. I mean, that desk mat would totally complete it. It looks so darn good with the customization. And just like I said, whenever we took a look at that Razer Phantom gear, I hope this theme type of gear, just kind of giving it that pizzazz, that extra touch, is the start of a new trend, right? Like we've seen so many headsets, keyboards, and mice revisions or copies or whatever, right? But getting something custom for you or a game that you're getting down with and that you're really passionate about. Like, imagine if they had this stuff in like Assassin's Creed. I know Corsair did like Call of Duty and stuff, and that stuff's just super cool. Again, you're passionate about the game, you're passionate about your gear, and you got that whole setup. Again, call me a nerd or it's ridiculous or whatever, as it's just cosmetic, but I think it's super cool. Again, it gives you that connection to your gear, and I hope we see more of this.